searching. She's found that if you remember to keep an open mind, you learn far more than you may expect. Caryn?
Walking, hiking, spin class, long distance cycling, Zumba, step class, ballroom dancing, salsa, snowshoeing, tennis, skiing. How many of you have actually participated in at least one of these activities? Well, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, I have tried them all. And I still walk, hike, weight train, bike, and hopefully soon snowshoe. But yet I keep searching. And I really have no clue as to what I'm searching for. Well, recently I spent 10 days in Iowa with my in-laws. My sister-in-law Amy says, "Why don't you come to hot yoga with me?" Sure, hot yoga. Honestly, I never understood what the draw was to yoga. I mean, how many calories do you truly burn anyway? And then to do it in a room of 105 degrees with 60% humidity seemed insane. I hate to sweat. Maybe I like to sweat a little bit when I'm exercising, just to validate my sense of accomplishment. But really, 105 degrees? Yet, my interest was piqued. We go to hot yoga, and I am transported. I found what I was looking for. I didn't even consciously know I was looking. Yoga was far more physical than I expected, but it made my mind still. It gave me peace. I was no longer trapped in my worries, my lists, my schedules, my constant racing thoughts. Everything was still. I totally bought the towel and the mat that day. Went home and I researched the how, the when, the where of my local hot yoga studios. I couldn't wait to start. And more importantly, I couldn't wait to tell my friend Jane, who loved hot yoga, and I can tell you I teased her to the max about how weird that was. Jane, guess what? I did hot yoga. I love it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to continue. This is the best. Totally the best. And Jane looked at me. It's great, isn't it? It's truly awesome. But my orthopedic surgeon said, I can't do any form of yoga anymore because it's going to worsen my back problems. And he also said, it causes strokes. Screech. I came to a dead standstill. Strokes? It's yoga. How can that be? It's 5,000 years old. You'd think we would have heard of that already. I practically jumped into my computer and started researching like mad. Well, it turns out almost everything on that subject is anecdotal and testimonial. So to me, that all goes out the window. But there were articles in respected journals like Neurology, British Medical Journal, Journal of the American Medical Association, that actually talked about some of the risks. And it turns out that they postulate that some of the yoga stands, particularly the stands where you bend your neck forward or back very strongly, or you are doing a headstand and you compress your head, actually reduces the blood flow in the arteries in the back of your neck. And either through low blood flow or because the arteries get injured, young people as early as their 20s and 30s actually are having strokes from yoga. It's not that common, but it's certainly devastating. Other important points I learned was with hot yoga, of course, there's a risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Most yoga risks have to do with your musculoskeletal system, shoulder injuries, back injuries, neck injuries, that sort of thing, which you would expect. It's not a sport, a practice, but nevertheless it's athletic. But it can also, if you're bending and your head is below your heart, it can aggravate your sinuses, it can aggravate some eye problems like glaucoma or retinal detachment. It can even aggravate heart problems. So with all of that, what would you do? Well, I then went to the societies. I went to the American Society of Neurology, European Societies of Neurology to see if they had a position on this. Not a word, not a statement, not a peep. The American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons actually supports the use of yoga as long as you more or less know yourself, know your limitations, don't push yourself beyond what you feel your own body can do, because it improves balance and stamina. So now what would you do? Well, I can't tell you what to do because it's a very personal decision, but I can tell you what I decided to do. One, I stopped my hot yoga practice for the moment. I decided I should learn the poses and all the complexity of the poses extremely well so that I don't get injured or minimize any possibilities, and then I'll head back. In addition, I never did a handstand or a headstand that first day. I could never see this old body do any of that anyway. So that stroke risk, we're just going to put it aside. And when I can get back, I'm going to continue, because for me, it was much more mental than it was physical. So for now, I'm back to hiking and biking, walking, weight training, and I'm soon going to be snowshoeing. The only difference is that now I know what I'm searching for. Do you? Mr. Trustee.
Thank you, Caryn.